Angela Deem's name has once again exploded across social media, and fans of 90 Day Fiancé are left stunned, confused, and scrambling for answers. Today's developing story revolves around a reported arrest that has shaken the entire franchise, leaving viewers to question what is real, what is rumor, and what this means for season 11. In this exclusive update, we dive deep into the unfolding events behind Angela's alleged drug-related arrest, the reactions from the cast, the response from, and the potential implications for the future of the show. As the story grows more complex, we uncover layers of tension, speculation, and shocking revelations that make this one of the most chaotic controversies the 90 Day Fiancé universe has faced in years. Our investigation begins on the morning when fans first woke up to the trending headline, Angela Deem arrested again. The hashtag Angela arrested shot to #1 on trending charts within hours, sparking immediate debates. Some fans expressed disbelief, insisting the allegations were exaggerated or fabricated for attention, while others claimed the news was inevitable due to Angela's long history of aggressive behavior and public outbursts. In the middle of this online storm, leaked images allegedly showing Angela being escorted by officers began circulating. Although the authenticity of those images remains unverified, their rapid spread intensified the drama. As rumors multiplied, multiple content creators rushed to publish videos, thumbnails, and posts repeating the same claim, that Angela had been arrested on drug-related charges. But was this true? Or was the frenzy manufactured for clicks and virality? As we continued investigating, it became clear that the situation was far more complicated than the surface-level narratives. Several anonymous insiders claimed that Angela had been involved in a heated altercation days prior, reportedly at a private event connected to a filming session. Witnesses described her behavior as erratic, agitated, and unusually intense even for her. One attendee said Angela appeared to be on edge the entire night, pacing, shouting, and accusing people of betrayal. Another reported seeing her escorted away from the event after causing a disturbance that halted production. These accounts fueled speculation that substance use may have played a role. However, none of these witness statements have been officially confirmed. TLC has not released a direct comment, but internal sources reported that security footage from the event was reviewed by network executives shortly before the rumors began circulating. Whether this timing is coincidental or related to the reports is still unclear. At the same time, close acquaintances of Angela claim she has been under extreme emotional strain due to ongoing legal battles, personal conflicts, and her tumultuous relationship with Michael. According to one insider, Angela's stress levels had reached a breaking point over the past few months. They described her as emotionally overwhelmed, physically exhausted, and mentally scattered. Others claim she has been involved in multiple heated confrontations off camera, raising concerns among crew members about her behavior. Michael, who has been central to Angela's storyline for years, has not issued a public statement since the rumors broke, adding even more mystery to the situation. Many fans believe that he is being advised to remain silent to protect the narrative for upcoming episodes of season 11. Meanwhile, several cast members have subtly reacted online. A few posted cryptic comments, including emojis and vague captions that seem to hint at behind-the-scenes chaos. One cast member shared a post stating, "Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction," which viewers immediately connected to Angela's situation. Another simply wrote, "You reap what you sow." Although no one has directly named Angela, the timing of these posts aligned perfectly with the breaking rumors. As pressure mounted, fans demanded answers from TLC, asking whether Angela would continue appearing on the show or if the network was preparing to remove her from season 11. Historically, TLC has maintained professional distance from cast controversies, especially when cases remain under investigation or unconfirmed. Some speculate that the network might be leveraging the drama to boost ratings, while others believe TLC is carefully assessing the legal implications before making any public move. Our ongoing research revealed that Angela had previously hinted at being overwhelmed by fame, negativity, and public judgment. In recent live streams, she complained about haters, stress, and feeling misunderstood. On several occasions, her emotional volatility raised concerns among fans, with some urging her to seek professional help. These factors add context to the current rumors, The alleged drug charges have not been officially verified, but the speculations exploded after a viral post claimed Angela had been taken into custody following a confrontation with officers. No official documentation has surfaced yet, but the rapid escalation of the rumor created an unstoppable chain reaction. Meanwhile, unofficial fan forums continue to dissect every detail, comparing screenshots, timestamps, and possible witness accounts. Despite all this speculation, one reality remains clear. The franchise is facing one of its most intense controversies yet. Whether the story turns out to be true, false, or somewhere in between, the fallout is guaranteed to impact Angela's storyline, the network's decisions, and the dynamic of season 11. Viewers are now anxiously waiting for confirmation. As more information emerges, we will update this developing story with verified details, official statements, and insider insights. For now, the situation remains uncertain, fueled by rumors, emotions, and unanswered questions. The truth behind Angela's alleged arrest continues to unfold, one twist at a time. That the controversy surrounding Angela Deem intensifies, more layers of the story begin to surface, painting an even more chaotic picture of what may have unfolded behind the scenes. Following the initial wave of rumors and leaked claims, new reports began to emerge from people who claimed to have inside knowledge of the situation. These individuals, some working closely with the production team and others connected through social media networks, added fuel to an already blazing fire. Many of these accounts contradicted each other, raising questions about which side of the narrative held the truth. Some alleged that Angela had been spiraling for months, displaying unpredictable behavior during filming as tensions with Michael and the producers escalated. According to one insider, Angela had allegedly gotten into multiple arguments with crew members, complaining about how she was being portrayed and insisting that the network was pushing her into a villain role she no longer wanted to play. If these claims are true, it would not be the first time a reality TV cast member expressed frustration with their portrayal, but what makes this incident stand out is how dramatically Angela's behavior reportedly shifted during this time. Another source shared that Angela had been avoiding scheduled shoots, arriving late, or abruptly walking out during filming. This created significant production delays, forcing the crew to redesign scenes, reschedule interviews, and rework episode narratives. The tension behind the camera began to mirror the tension seen on the show itself, creating an environment where something like this could easily erupt. However, not everyone agreed with the narrative of Angela's spiraling. A few individuals who claimed to be close friends of Angela dismissed the arrest rumors entirely, calling them fabricated stories created by people who want to see Angela fail. According to them, Angela had been dealing with personal stress, but was nowhere near the level of crisis that online stories suggested. They argued that she had been spending time with family, avoiding drama, and focusing on new projects that had nothing to do with illegal activities. The conflicting accounts created an environment of confusion where fans were unsure which version to believe. In the midst of the chaos, an unexpected twist came when alleged voice recordings began circulating across social media. In these recordings, a woman who sounded like Angela could be heard yelling, crying, and accusing someone of betrayal. The recordings, however, were low quality, leaving people divided over their authenticity. Some insisted they were definitely Angela. Others believed they were manipulated or entirely fabricated to stir drama. Regardless of their authenticity, the recordings spread rapidly and added more chaos to an already unstable situation. At this point, multiple fan pages began launching their own investigations, sharing theories, timelines, and alleged evidence. What made the situation even more intense was how quickly the public shifted from curiosity to strong emotional reactions. Some expressed sympathy, believing Angela was struggling with mental health issues and needed support. Others blamed her behavior, claiming years of disrespect, aggression, and verbal abuse had finally caught up with her. Meanwhile, TLC continued staying silent, refraining from releasing any official statement. Industry analysts speculated that the silence was deliberate. They suggested that TLC executives were carefully evaluating the situation, waiting for more concrete information before making any public move. The network had faced controversies in the past with other cast members, and they understood the importance of handling legal allegations cautiously, especially when they involve high-profile personalities. As the rumor spread like wildfire, several news pages began contacting law enforcement offices in Georgia to inquire about any record of Angela being taken into custody. So far, none of these agencies confirmed any recent arrest involving her name. However, this lack of confirmation did not stop the rumor mill. Instead, it caused even more speculation. Some fans began theorizing that the network was hiding information to protect the upcoming season storyline. Others claimed that celebrities often get arrested quietly and records are sealed temporarily. These theories, although speculative, added layers of intrigue and suspense that kept viewers hooked. Meanwhile, Angela's social media activity, or rather the sudden absence of it, started raising even more questions. For someone who frequently posted updates, rants, and live streams, her sudden disappearance from Instagram and TikTok only deepened suspicions. Fans noticed that she had been offline for over 72 hours, something extremely unusual for her. Some believed she was avoiding the backlash, while others claimed this was proof that she had indeed been taken into custody. As hours turned into days, more cast members subtly reacted, sharing cryptic phrases like "truth always comes out," "actions have consequences," and "some people finally get what they deserve." None of them mentioned Angela by name, but the timing made the intentions unmistakably clear. Several former cast members even joined the conversation. One described Angela as unmanageable and suggested that her behavior had crossed lines multiple times. Another said the franchise needed to stop ignoring toxic personalities for the sake of ratings. These comments added another dimension to the controversy, hinting that Angela may have been difficult to work with for years. As pressure grew, journalists attempted to reach out to Angela's family. Some relatives refused to comment. Others said they had no information on the situation. A few claimed the rumors were exaggerated, but none provided a clear statement that could debunk or confirm anything. Meanwhile, Michael's silence continued to be one of the biggest mysteries. Fans speculated that he was either distancing himself from Angela or being contractually restricted from speaking. Some even theorized that the couple had secretly separated again, and this incident was the breaking point. In the middle of all this, new allegations emerged claiming Angela had been seen arguing with officers outside a private residence. However, no official report supported this claim, making it possible that the story was either heavily exaggerated or entirely fabricated. Even so, the rumor gained traction due to Angela's notorious temper and history of explosive confrontations. As the speculation intensified, public reactions became more divided. Supporters insisted Angela was being targeted unfairly, arguing that online trolls were pushing false narratives for attention. Critics, on the other hand, claimed her past behavior made the allegations believable, even without official evidence. Throughout the chaos, one thing became clear. This controversy had become bigger than Angela alone. It had become a full-blown media frenzy, driven by confusion, drama, and the unpredictability that reality TV often thrives on. What happens next remains uncertain. Whether Angela will address the rumors, whether TLC will finally break its silence, and whether the alleged arrest will impact season 11 are all questions hanging unanswered. But one thing is guaranteed. The story is far from over. The drama is only escalating, and every passing hour brings new twists, deeper mysteries, and more voices adding fuel to the fire. The truth, whatever it is, continues to hide beneath layers of conflicting reports, emotional reactions, and unverified claims. As the situation evolves, fans remain on edge, waiting for the moment when everything finally becomes clear. But until then, the chaos surrounding Angela Deem continues to dominate the 90-Day Fiancé universe, leaving viewers holding their breath for the next shocking update. As the frenzy around Angela Deem's rumored arrest continued to grow, new layers of speculation emerged almost hourly, turning the situation into a chaotic storm of theories, assumptions, and fragmented claims. While fans remained glued to their screens searching for answers, insiders began hinting at a deeper narrative unfolding behind the scenes, one that could change the course of Angela's television career forever. Several fan pages noticed that Angela's management team had quietly removed contact information linked to media inquiries, a move that raised even more suspicion. Some believed this action indicated that something serious was taking place behind the curtain, while others suggested it was merely a protective measure to shield Angela from the sudden influx of negative attention. Regardless of the reason, the timing appeared too coincidental to ignore. Meanwhile, a popular entertainment blogger revealed that a confidential email had been circulating among press agencies, advising them to refrain from publishing unverified claims about Angela due to potential legal repercussions. This revelation led many to believe that either Angela's legal team or legal department was preparing to intervene, adding even more intrigue to the unfolding saga. However, critics that such emails are common during public controversies and may not indicate anything particularly groundbreaking. In the absence of definitive information, fans turn to Angela's past behavior as a lens through which to interpret the current events. They dissected her aggressive altercations on the show, her history of loud confrontations, and her unpredictable emotional reactions. Clips from old episodes resurfaced across social media, with users highlighting patterns that, to them, made the arrest rumors seem plausible. Some viewers recalled moments where Angela admitted she struggled with balancing her emotions, while others pointed to scenes in which she displayed high levels of stress and volatility. These recirculated clips reignited debates about how reality TV editing influences public perception. Many argued that Angela had been unfairly portrayed as a villain for years, while others countered that her actions spoke for themselves. Amid this online chaos, several former cast members began sharing anecdotes about their interactions with Angela behind the scenes. One claimed she often argued with producers when she felt her storyline wasn't going in a direction she approved of. Another alleged she had once refused to film unless certain scenes involving Michael were edited differently. These claims, while unconfirmed, painted a picture of a tense working environment that may have contributed to the current situation. As these stories gained momentum, a new rumor surfaced suggesting that TLC executives had held an emergency meeting to discuss Angela's future on the show. Industry insiders speculated that the network faced a difficult decision, whether to continue featuring Angela in season 11 amidst the controversy, or to distance themselves from the situation until more clarity emerged. The possibility that Angela could be removed from the franchise sparked strong reactions among fans. Some celebrated the idea, saying the show would be better without her dramatic presence, while others argued that Angela's fiery personality was a major reason the show remained so popular. The potential for her departure created a sense of urgency among viewers, who wanted to know whether the franchise's most controversial personality had reached the end of her storyline. Meanwhile, another twist emerged when an anonymous source claimed that Angela had been in contact with a crisis management team specializing in handling public scandals. If true, this would indicate that Angela or her representatives believed the situation required professional intervention. Crisis management teams are often brought in to help public figures navigate intense media scrutiny, craft public statements, and reshape their reputations after damaging allegations. Some fans interpreted this as confirmation that something serious was happening, while others insisted it was simply a precautionary move. As all these theories swirled together, the intensity of the public debate continued escalating. Fan groups became battlegrounds where supporters and critics clashed constantly. Supporters pointed out that no official arrest record had surfaced, arguing that people were eager to believe the worst about Angela without evidence. Critics countered that her history of tumultuous behavior made the allegations believable even without confirmation. In the midst of the storm, attention shifted toward Michael, whose silence remained one of the most baffling aspects of the situation. A few online detectives claimed Michael had been active on private social media accounts, liking posts that hinted at personal freedom and new beginnings. While none of these claims were verified, they added fuel to speculation that the couple may have separated again. One theory suggested Michael's silence was strategic, that he was distancing himself from Angela to avoid being entangled in the controversy. Another theory proposed that TLC had imposed strict non-disclosure rules on him, preventing him from speaking publicly about Angela's situation until the network decided how to handle the narrative. Simultaneously, Angela's neighbors and acquaintances became accidental participants in the unfolding drama. Several claimed to have seen unusual activity near Angela's home, including visits from unfamiliar vehicles and individuals who appeared to be part of a legal or investigative team. Again, no concrete confirmation supported these accounts, but they added another dramatic layer to an already convoluted story. As hours passed, a small number of alleged screenshots began circulating, supposedly showing messages from someone claiming to be a law enforcement officer familiar with Angela's case. These screenshots stated that Angela had been involved in a verbal altercation that escalated into a physical confrontation, leading to her being temporarily detained. However, the screenshots lack proper identifiers, making their authenticity impossible to verify. Despite their questionable credibility, these screenshots spread rapidly, being reshared by numerous pages and content creators eager to capitalize on the trending topic. At this point, several journalists specializing in reality television began warning fans to be cautious about believing everything they saw online. They emphasized that the combination of Angela's reputation, her polarizing personality, and her long history in the 90-Day Fiancé franchise made her an easy target for rumors. Nonetheless, the lack of concrete information continued to frustrate both supporters and critics. As the mystery deepened, viewers began revisiting Angela's recent television appearances, searching for signs of emotional distress or behavioral changes that may have foreshadowed the current controversy. They pointed out moments where Angela seemed unusually quiet or detached, as well as moments where she appeared more aggressive than usual. These analyses, though speculative, contributed to a growing narrative that Angela had been struggling behind the scenes long before the arrest rumors erupted. The mounting pressure created a surreal scenario in which fans felt as though they were participating in a real-time investigation. Every new rumor, every ambiguous post, and every unverified claim added a new layer to the puzzle. Yet, despite the endless speculation, no official statement emerged from Angela, from TLC, or from law enforcement, leaving the story suspended in uncertainty. With no clear answers in sight, audiences continued to wait, refreshing pages, monitoring live feeds, and dissecting every new detail that emerged. The storm surrounding Angela Deem was far from over. In fact, the intensity suggested that the most shocking revelations were still ahead, hidden beneath layers of secrecy, emotion, and conflicting narratives that kept the entire world guessing. As the speculation surrounding Angela Deem's rumored arrest continued to expand, the digital world found itself engulfed in an atmosphere of suspense unlike anything previously seen in the 90-Day Fiancé universe. Every hour brought new claims, new voices, and new angles that further blurred the line between truth and rumor. What began as a single trending hashtag had now become a sprawling online investigation, captivating millions of viewers across platforms. In the midst of this frenzy, several prominent reality TV analysts began weighing in, offering insights into how controversies like this often unfold behind the scenes. They pointed out that when a celebrity becomes the centerpiece of a major scandal, the response from networks, legal representatives, and production teams typically follows a predictable pattern: initial silence, controlled information leaks, and eventual clarification. However, in Angela's case, the prolonged silence only deepened suspicions. Some analysts suggested that the silence indicated that the situation was more serious than fans realized. Others argued that TLC was intentionally withholding information to maintain control over the narrative and keep viewers engaged. Regardless of the reason, the uncertainty fueled endless debates across social platforms. Meanwhile, influencers and content creators began sharing long-form commentaries, attempting to break down every angle of the story. They analyzed Angela's body language in recent episodes, examined her emotional reactions, and revisited past conflicts with Michael to look for signs that something had been building beneath the surface. One creator pointed out that Angela had displayed unusual tension in several recent interviews, where her voice trembled slightly and her tone shifted abruptly. While these observations were speculative, they fed into the growing belief that Angela had been struggling privately long before the rumor surfaced. In addition to these analyses, anonymous whistleblowers claiming to have ties to the production team began emerging online, each offering their own version of events. One claimed that a heated confrontation occurred during a recent filming session, sparked by Angela's frustration with the direction of her storyline. According to this individual, Angela accused producers of exploiting her personal life for drama and claimed she was being pushed beyond her emotional limits. Another anonymous source offered a different angle, stating that Angela had been behaving erratically for weeks, leading to concerns among crew members. They described moments where she allegedly broke down crying, shouted at staff, or stormed off set unexpectedly. These accounts raised concerns about Angela's mental state, prompting discussions among fans about whether she was receiving the support she needed. At this point, multiple social media threads began compiling all the allegations, creating timelines that sought to piece together the truth. These threads included screenshots, eyewitness claims, and alleged insider information, giving the impression of a detective-style investigation unfolding in real time. One particularly popular thread theorized that Angela had been under extreme financial pressure, leading her to take on additional promotional work outside the show. According to this theory, the stress of juggling multiple responsibilities may have contributed to her emotional instability. Although there was no concrete evidence supporting this claim, it gained traction due to Angela's reputation for being outspoken about financial and personal struggles. Meanwhile, fans grew increasingly curious about how TLC would address the situation. Some predicted the network would remove Angela from the upcoming season if the rumors were confirmed. Others believed the network would capitalize on the controversy, shaping the narrative to maximize ratings. Historically, TLC has navigated scandals by editing storylines creatively, and fans speculated that this situation might be handled similarly, either by downplaying Angela's involvement or by building suspense for future episodes. As more theories circulated, the emotional tone of the conversation shifted. People began expressing genuine concern for Angela's well-being, hoping the rumors were exaggerated and that she was safe. Even some longtime critics softened their tone, acknowledging that real-life struggles often lie behind the dramatic personas seen on screen. Meanwhile, Angela's absence from social media remained one of the most unsettling aspects of the situation. Fans were accustomed to her posting frequent updates, rants, and reactions.